Good morning and thanks for joining us on the Tuesday edition of TVC Breakfast. Nigerians are still reacting to the big announcement made by the former governor of Lagos State and national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He paid a visit to President Muhammadu Buhari where he notified him of his intention to run for president in 2023. And after that was done, he briefed State House correspondents about his lifelong ambition to run for president. He says his 8-year stewardship in Lagos speaks for itself and can be replicated when he wins the #1 seat in the country. The former Lagos State governor added that a kingmaker can become king for as long as he has not committed murder, and Nigerians will be informed of his next move in due course. Ahmed reports.
Categorical yes.
It has been a response long expected from the APC national leader. And while he has made his intentions known to the president, he says he is still consulting widely and will soon make his intentions known to the people. And Ashiwaju Bola Tinubu has the president's support.
Yes, I've informed the president of my intention, but I've not informed the Nigerians yet. I'm still consulting. And I have no problem consulting, and I've not set a parameter of limitation to the extent of how many people will I consult. You will soon hear, all you want to hear is a categorical declaration. You've gotten that truth from me that I've informed Mr. President of my ambition.
A lot of pressure has come from quarters from people and groups who have urged Ashiwaju Tinubu to contest for the presidency come 2023, believing only he can take the country forward. It is a sentiment the APC national leader aligns with, and as he believes he is best positioned to carry on from where President Buhari stops in 2023 to take Nigeria into a better future.
I have the confidence, the vision, the capacity to build on the foundation of Mr. President and turn Nigeria better. I've done that with commitment and unyielding, in Lagos State. You've seen that experience and the capacity to turn things around, and that is what we are doing.
Ashiwaju Tinubu also has a response to those who see him in the role of a kingmaker, insisting that this will not deter him from pursuing his ambition.
About the cap of kingmaker, I've never seen the cap of a kingmaker before. Oh, no, that is the truth. And I've never seen where it is written in the rule book anywhere in any country that a kingmaker cannot be a king unless you commit murder.
He urges the President and National Assembly not to tire of reviewing the electoral amendment for the good of democracy and the electoral process.
The National Assembly and the President must be encouraged to review, and they review again. Whatever they come up with electoral amendment is what we must comply with. There's no unlimited elasticity in what we face, because we have to plan and plan well and be able to manage the time effectively. The great roadmap to success is ability of a leader to do what he must do at the right time that it should be done.
The APC national leader assures all anxious about whether the All Progressives Congress will hold its national convention that this will be done at the appropriate time and it will be successful. Ahmed, TVC News, Abuja.
Well, joining me to talk on this declaration of intention and much more is politician and political analyst Ayodele Adewale. Good morning.
Good morning.
And via Zoom, we have National Coordinator, Northern Youth Professionals for Tinubu, Abdullahi Tanko Yakasai. Good morning. Thank you for joining us. All right. I guess as soon as Tanko Yakasai is available, he will join us. But let's get back to the studio now. And the words of the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, says a kingmaker can become king, and putting to rest months of speculations after a lot of persons had said that he was going to come out to talk about his ambition, and now it is in public domain. Let's get your perspective to his declaration. What does this portend?
Well, it portends a new vista for the Nigerian state towards moving to a Nigeria of our dream. Asiwaju is someone that is very, very able, capable of turning things around for good. If you had looked towards his antecedents in life, basically, not only in politics, starting from his early beginning, his education, to his working career as a professional in his own field as an accountant and an auditor, you would have seen that he had turned things around everywhere he had worked. And when he also ventured into activism, he was part of those who really fired the turbine for the Nigerian state to gain independence, even when people felt all hope was lost. He had the resilience to move ahead, raise funds, and also raise people in the support for a Nigeria to gain democratic dispensation. And when they came on board, you saw how he also rigmarolled the Lagos political sphere and economy, from an economy of 600 million per annum to over 14 billion. I mean, 600 million per month to over 14 billion per month before he left it. Yeah. And for him to have chosen a very good successor to continue the journey was, you should give it to him, because the major problem that bedeviled Nigerian political development is to see that successor who you hand over the baton to, and the successor will make good of what you've left over. That is a very good relay that have brought Lagos to where we are today. Right. If you look at the Lagos economy, globally, in terms of African perspective, Lagos is regarded as a country in terms of its economy, not just as a state. The economy of Lagos is bigger than 14 African countries put together. You can't take that away. And the Lagos economy is not only centered on governance, but it is centered on people's participation, growing their individual capacity through their businesses. Absolutely. And all whatnot. And I think that is what we need in Nigeria today, because government alone can't do everything. But the enablement for individual businesses to strive under a very conducive environment is what we need. Right.
We have joining us now the National Coordinator, Northern Youth Professionals for Tinubu, Abdullahi Tanko Yakasai. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Right. Good morning. Thank you for joining us on TVC Breakfast. I guess we'll have to come back to you as soon as the network is quite stable. So let's continue our conversation in the studio. You would recall that when the president, that's President Muhammadu Buhari, was speaking recently in an interview, he said that he's keeping to his chest his supporter, or the person he was going to support, rather. But there are those who are wondering if the president will come out openly to support the person of Asiwaju at this point.
Well, if I'm to be the president, or if I'm the president of Nigeria, if I'm President Buhari, I think I will do what is important, what is needful, to support the best candidate among all of them. Among all of them that have shown interest right now, you will agree with me that Asiwaju stands very tall amongst them in terms of, like I said, his antecedent, what he's bringing to the table, is connect. For Nigeria to grow, for us to increase our economy now and move away from borrowing, you need goodwill. You need people that can command that respect to bring services, businesses into the country on the basis of the person who is sitting on the seat of the presidency.
Absolutely.
Sure, you understand? It's not about, I mean, when President Obasanjo did come, take it away or leave it, he was able to talk through Ms. Okonjo-Iweala to talk to the borrowing countries to offset Nigeria's debt. You give that to him.
Right.
And Ashwaji has equal and bigger capacity, not only to write off the debts, but to allow companies bring in their investment, because he's part of them. He has worked with the international community, particularly with an international firm, oil firm, that we also bring in their word of experience towards assisting the Nigerian economy, and that is what we need.
Right. Right, let's get back to Tanko Yakasai, hoping that his network is quite stable now. He is the National Coordinator, Northern Youth Professionals for Tinubu. Are you there? Good morning, once again.
Yep, good morning to you. Thank you for having me.
Right. If you can hear me, the national leader of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has declared. And let's get your perception of what the atmosphere was like where you are, the kind of messages you are getting with regards to his declaration yesterday.
Well, thank you for having me. This is a wonderful development, because Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he was the one that galvanized all the opposition parties in 2013 and made them stronger to become what they are today. Everybody is so happy in the North. We've been going around even before the declaration, and it seems a lot of people are so enthusiastic about his ambition, because I can tell you, this is somebody that by this declaration, everybody, I'm sure a lot of people will come out and show their solidarity, because this is someone that has dislodged a political a ruling party. This is someone that single-handedly masterminded the formation of the merger between AMPP, between CPC, ACN, and as well as even the NPDP. You know, so this is somebody that has the capacity, and when you're looking for a leader, you need those 5 qualities. You need somebody that has the capacity, you need somebody that has the competence, you need somebody that has the ability, you need somebody that has fairness. And this is what we see in His Excellency Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I'm telling you, everybody is so excited from that yesterday after his declaration.
So from what you are saying, it shows that because he is a rallying point, he had that figure, and because of his political capital, it's from what the feel you are getting from yesterday's declaration is that the kind of support he needs come 2023, it's already showing.
It's already showing, because I tell you, what happened in 1993 will repeat itself, because during that election when we were in university, I can tell you, even in my state, Kano, Abiola won because of his wide outreach. And this is the same thing that Tinubu has. This is somebody that I tell you, a lot of people are willing and are ready to support from the North during the 2023 election. And we've been reaching out every state we've been to, some of the states we've been to in the North. People are just waiting for this moment. And there's no any better candidate than this man, because he was meant to be the vice president. He never had the chance, and he stick to the party APC. He promoted APC and its policies up to 2019, when there were speculations about his contest. He still supported the president. He has never come out to castigate this government. And I've never had anybody tell me he has had issues with His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, a large heart to accommodate everybody. And we need somebody like that at this time, because, I mean, there's a lot of tension, the Muslims and Christians, ethnic and religious divisions. And you need a unifier. And this is somebody that can unify this country at this time. People will tell you Tinubu is old, 70 years. He's 70 years, for goodness sake. People will tell you he's sick. He's not sick. I saw Tinubu recently. He had operation in his leg. It's not that he has a terminal illness. And when I saw him, he was kicking his leg to tell you this man is strong enough to contest. And inshallah, this man will deliver this country.
Right. Let's bring the conversation to the studio. You've heard what Tanko Yakasa has said, talking about the fact that he is a rallying point. That's the person of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. But let's come down to the level of the party. Will he get that kind of support that he needs to, move, perhaps pick up that ticket at the end of the day? Do you see that?
I have no doubt in my mind that he will not get the support. Definitely he will get the support, because a lot of the people that are active players in the political arena are his products, are people who he has helped to build, are people who drive their daily political activity through the Tinubu ideology. And the Tinubu ideology is an ideology of carrying people along, of developing the space, and of course making things better. So I have no doubt that he's not going to win the presidential ticket. I am looking forward beyond that. Right now I'm looking at the general election itself, how we're able to sell the program.
So for you now, it is closed for the party, the whole. There's no need perhaps for talking about, picking any other candidate. It is open and closed already with his declaration.
If I say so, then I'm not being democratic.
Right.
But I'm only telling you a factual reality. This is a man that I've prepared for almost 2 decades, if not 3. His preparedness has earned him that milestone of gap beyond many people. This is a man that has sacrificed his own personal ambition on many occasions. How many of the governors that started in 1999 are relevant today? How many of them sacrificed their ambition for their junior ones to come up? And those junior ones now are occupying the major gaps in the political map of Nigeria. So all he needs is snap a hand and everybody comes together. And he has done what is needful to have come out to declare his ambition, giving respect to the president, that I want to run. I want to sustain what we have helped to build for Nigeria. And look, he's a master mariner, either you like it or not. He built the shoe. He knows where the shoe pinches. His foot is inside the shoe, and definitely he's going to walk well. He's going to walk the Nigerian dream very, very well.
Right. Back to you now, Tanko Yakasai. Let's talk about the Tinubu ideology, as Ayo puts it. How do you see that coming to play when it comes to Nigeria in general? We have seen what played out in Lagos. How do you see that playing out in Nigeria in general?
Okay. Yeah. You see, if someone is contesting, you look at his antecedents, and then what Tinubu has done, His Excellency has done in Lagos, he has put in a developmental plan that in the next 50 years, Lagos will continue to realize that plan. This is what we need. Nigeria has been lacking in this area. We never had, we used to have developmental plans, we used to hear about it, but nobody follows it. We used to have the Vision 2020, well, now we're where we are. And Tinubu has done it in Lagos. Lagos is like a country on its own. My fellow was just saying is like about how many countries Lagos alone.
Danko, are you there?
And if somebody can transform Lagos today, well, yes, I'm here.
Right, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. From 1999 to when His Excellency became the governor of Lagos State, he has put in developmental plans. And up to these developmental plans will continue to manifest. And this is what we need in Nigeria. We don't have developmental plans. And if you have a leader like Tinubu, this is somebody that builds human capacity. We have seen it. So, I mean, with Tinubu, everybody be rest assured, things will be done the right way. We will have a country that is so unifying, and there won't be much divisions as we used to have now, because he embraces everyone. And so long as we have a leader that is focused on these two things, to develop his country and develop his people, that is the key. And this is the man we have seen done that in Lagos. So honestly, in APC, our party, because I've been a member from inception, APC has no better candidate at the moment. It will play out. Everybody will come out to contest, but we don't have anybody that has the capacity to deliver this country like His Excellency Bola.
Right. Now, let's bring the conversation to the studio. From what Tanko has said, there are those who are asking if his political capital is enough to be able to bridge the gap across regions as it is now, seeing the various divisions that we have witnessed over time.
When you talk about his political capital, he has it in abundance. Like I told you, this journey started well over 28 to 30 years ago.
Right.
If you remember the SDP convention in Jos, Asiwaju was to go to the Senate and become the Senate president. If he had continued with that ambition, perhaps, Chief MK Abiola would not have won that ticket. Perhaps. Because they would have used the political equation to knock him out. And it took the then Yaradua Senior to come in and speak to the northern ruling class within the SDP to allow MK Abiola go because Asiwaju stepped down. That capital investment in politics will play out for him. Those who were there then are still alive. And beyond that, successive generations that come also benefited from it. Particularly those who came from the enclave of the civil society and enter political governance. They understand where they have journeyed from. How I wish Chief Enahoro was alive to also participate, to see this reality of having a core left coming to become president of Nigeria. Then we can implement the vision of the founding fathers of this country, the vision on Dawn, the mission of Dawn of Chief MK Abiola as encapsulated June 12, coupled with the contemporary issues and program that Asiwaju have developed. We have a man that is emboldened with all of these things, and he has a very good capacity to deliver this thing and make it very quick for easy development. Asiwaju was not born with a silver spoon, so he understands what it means to be poor. Asiwaju is very literate, very lettered. So he also understands what it means to have education. Asiwaju has worked with the elite. He has wined with the elite. He's part of the elite. So he understands how to marry the interests of the elite, the middle class, and the masses together. And Asiwaju have always said that no matter the economic theory that you bring, if you cannot marry it with the economic reality of the market man and woman at the grassroots, then your economic theory will go down in vain. So he understands the matrix of bringing all of these aggregates together and moving us forward.
Right.
So I can assure you, an Ashwaju presidency will move Nigeria as fast as 40 decades into the future for us to have a Nigeria that will not only be sustainable as a country, but every member of its component as citizens will have what it takes to develop on our equal capacities.
Right, and I want to take it from there, talking about his brand, or his presidency, moving us his 40 years into the decade.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, perhaps, yeah. Now, and I want to take that question to you, Tanko. His brand of politics, where we have seen the kind of successors that he has brought up in Lagos, ensuring that they continue the dream that he, put together, which a lot of persons have termed him being the founder of modern Lagos. I wonder how that comes to bear on Nigeria if we have the Asiwaju presidency.
Okay, thank you. You see, what Tinubu did in Lagos was to set a precedence. You have no choice if you come in as a successor than to do equally the same or even better. You hardly can anyone match what he has done, but you must continue on that path. And if we have Tinubu as the president with his capacity, and then the
Right. Okay. We see that her network is quite unstable this morning, but then let's bring that back, that issue back to you, Ayo. How we see, you talked about his presidency moving us forward 40 years of perhaps of successes and all of it, as we have seen played out in Lagos, where he where he installed successors that brought his dream to life, the kind of dream he had envisioned for Lagos to life. And that is one thing that a lot of persons have said is lacking, that we have seen lacking in Nigeria. And if we have that kind of presidency in the person of Asiwaju Tinubu, how would that move us forward, like you pointed out earlier?
It will move us forward very well. You see, every society needs a plan, a master plan. A plan not just for the now, but for the future. If you look at Indonesia, you see the plan that was put in place. This plan will definitely surpass the particular lifetime of that president. That is what Asiwaju did for Lagos, a master plan. Now, when I say 40 years, Asiwaju can't be president for 40 years, definitely.
Absolutely.
But you're going to have a master plan. And part of the master plan will also be to look for heads that will sustain that development. If you look at what happened also in Qatar, if you look at Qatar 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and look at the Qatarians now, they move very far. So any country that intends to move, even Rwanda, you must have somebody that will incubate the idea. In this sense, the ideas have been incubated in the APC. President Buhari has started it. But by the grace of God, he's going to hand it over to Asiwaju through a democratic system of electoral process, in which I am very confident that we'll win the elections. By the time we come in, you're not going to have someone that will gravitate a lot of people around the world to come in. Because the development of Nigeria cannot only be done by those who are living here. We have Nigerians in diaspora that are very, very competent. That because of Asiwaju, they won't come back because they know the kind of person he is, and he also stands by a word. And one thing that God has also given Asiwaju that I am praying for to also have is that temperament. Is that temperament to also forgive people who have wronged you.
Right.
If you have looked at any politician that have been wronged mostly in recent time, I think Asiwaju should be the first. But yet you won't see it in his face. He will tell you, well, let them come. Even though some of us will want to stick by our principles, but we'll tell you that you must also be very lax to accommodate people who have also wronged you.
Right.
So that you can unturn their thinking for good and you all continue with the journey.
All right, here Tanko is back on now. Perhaps you might want to continue with your line of thought earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. You see, Asuwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, just like my colleague there is saying, has a large heart. I've never had any group or any section of this country said His Excellency has uttered a damning word to them, or he has offended people. Quite all right, he can have everybody. But he has a big heart. He accommodates everybody. And that is what you need in a leader. That's the kind of person we need in 2023. Because I tell you, I'm not happy seeing the kind of division. When we grew up in Kano, a lot of people, we were going to school with a lot of Christians, Igbos, and all that. Now, if you go to the schools, you see that this is a Hausa school, this is an Igbo majority school. You need somebody with that kind of capacity. Look at Dubai. The ruler of Dubai has put in place mechanism for the country to succeed. Everybody knew Dubai in the last 30 years wasn't like this. But with that kind of vision, a leader with a vision is what you need to move your country forward. And I need to say this for the records. APC in itself, our party, if we look inward, we'll see that a lot of the people that have held places have one or two things to do with His Excellency. He has developed them, he has nurtured them, and they've become great men of this country. And we're so proud to have them, from His Excellency, the Vice President, to the former Dr. Fashola, to even the Senate President, His Excellency. You see, there are a lot of people that you will see are affiliates of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and they have the capacity, and they're doing well in this government. So why can't we all come together? And one thing I want to also say is power has to shift. In my own ideology, in my own thinking, Mr. President, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari has done 8 years. It's only right to shift the power to the South. And in the South, who single-handedly made it possible for Mr. President to become the president of this country? He contested in 2013, he contested in 2017, he contested in 2011. But by the time there was this alliance, merger, not alliance, there was this merger. When Tinubu came on board, it became a reality. So that means this is somebody that we need so that this country can move forward, heal the wounds, forget about all these issues, and then from there on, we can say, okay, the other regions should come together too and have a shot at this presidency. So, by and large, our party has tremendously benefited from Tinubu, and it's only right to pay him back by supporting his presidency.
All right. Now, let's bring the conversation to the studio because we have to wrap up quickly now. Let's get your final word on this.
Well, my final word is that we are happy that Asuwaju have let the cat out of the bag.
Right.
For a very long time, we've been working to compel him to at least talk. And finally has spoken. So the journey has started. And my advice to all Nigerians is to see Asuwaju's presidency as a thin line that will take us to that El Dorado that we have all been yearning for.
Right. And that would be a fine place to leave this conversation. Thank you so much, politician and political analyst Ayodele Adewale. And we must also thank you, National Coordinator, Northern Youth Professionals for Tinubu, Abdullahi Tanku Yakasai, for your time on the program.
Thank you for.
Right.